Hey everyone, back again with a film analysis of Cavs Knicks from October 28th. This was a very winnable game for us, but we had some miscues, some spacing issues. Brunson also didn't have a really good game, missing shots he usually makes, so all of those contributed. But yeah, feel good about the game overall. Let's dive into it. So starting with the positives, the first thing I want to show is Mikal and OG guarding an off-ball down screen. So Mikal starts off on Mitchell and OG on Mobley. Mikal's been our primary point of attack defender, guarding Tatum, guarding Halliburton. Did a great job on Halliburton, not so good on Tatum. But this duo is going to give team fits, right? So any team with two elite wings or elite wing and an elite power forward is just going to be a really good defenders in Mikal and OG guarding them the entire game. I want to talk about the OG on Mobley matchup a little bit more. So here you can see Mobley driving downhill and OG slips a little bit, giving Mobley the advantage. But you're going to see OG recover really well, and Cat helps a little bit here, making Mobley give the ball to Allen. Then as the play progresses, you're going to see Mobley get the ball back again and enter the post, trying to post up OG, and OG does a really good job contesting. So just a good play showing OG's lateral quickness, being able to recover on a drive, and also being strong enough to cover on a post up. And that's really the benefit of having OG. Here I'm showing Mobley's first basket, and you can see it comes in the second quarter. He didn't even get a shot up in the first quarter with OG defending him. So here with the rotations, Cat's going to be the primary defender on Mobley. And look how aggressive Mobley is seeing Cat on him. And this is the Mobley we've seen all year. He's been very aggressive, handling the ball more, shooting more, just playing in space and being a playmaker and play creator. And he's come a long way with his offensive ability. But it just shows you that he likes this offensive matchup when he sees Cat, but having OG on him makes it really difficult for him to do much. I'm going to segue that into the Hukporti section, just because here you can see that Mobley likes this matchup as well. But look at this defense by Hukporti. Look at that elevation, contesting that shot. Mobley's been cooking people all year, and that's just phenomenal defense there to contest. Here's another Hukporti defensive possession. He's in drop coverage here. And then look at this backdoor cut by Okoro. Hukporti here basically has to recover and not foul, while also keeping in mind Allen's right there. And just with a really, really good contest. And this is my favorite play of the entire game. Look at Hukporti running back, and look how fast he is while he's running back. Catches up to Garland, also boxes out Jared Allen here, and just really good play here. I'm going to slow it down. So watch when this fast break starts. Look how far behind Garland he is as he has to catch up on this fast break. So he gets all the way back, contains Garland, watches the shot goes up, immediately goes and finds his man for who to box out. Gets a box out here, and a good rebound. I also wanted to dive a little bit into our bench lineups. So here's our first bench lineup that we used. It's Brunson, Mikal, Deuce, Hart, and Sims. So I just want to point out the spacing here with Sims and Hart. So look as Brunson drives, there are 5 Cavs players within the three-point line, and 3 of them basically in the paint. So as this possession runs, you're going to see similar things. And then here's Mikal getting a pick and driving, and then you see the same thing, right? Basically 4 Cavs players right near or inside the paint, and the spacing is just really, really clogged. So here, same exact unit, you're going to see Brunson drive here, and then you're going to see 4 Cavs basically touching the paint, and then all 5 Cavs within the three-point line. So Joshua gets it here and attacks, which he should do, but spacing just not exactly perfect with this lineup. And then last one more time. Brunson's going to drive here, and basically the rest of the 4 Cavs are in help, all 4 touching the paint. And then just a difficult layup from Brunson here. I still think this lineup can work. So here's the same exact lineup with Hukporti instead of Sims when Hukporti took over his minutes. But I think you just need to put Josh Hart in the pick and roll as a roll man. So the reason this works is in this lineup, you actually still have 2 spacers. You have Mikal Bridges and you have Miles McBride. So you can see them on the corner right here with Hukporti in the dunker spot. When you put Josh into the action as a pick and roll player, his man is forced to defend the action. When he's spacing and let's say Hukporti comes up to set the screen, Hart's man is deep in help, and you let one of the defenders that's guarding the spacers defend Hart as well. So they basically have to guard 2 players, but because Hart is less of a shooting threat, they can cover ground and cover these 2 players. When Hart is in the action, his defender actually has to defend, and then it's a Brunson pick and roll basically. So here's a look at our second bench unit. It's Mikal, McBride, Cat, OG, and Campaign. And just look at how different the spacing looks. There's only one Cavs defender in the paint, and that's the low man, where low man's supposed to help rotate first. Everyone else is glued to their man on the 3-point line, which just gives Mikal so much more space to operate. So this is a potential other solution, is maybe Cat and Josh Hart play together, so Hart's not playing minutes with Hukporti or Sims. And that'll just probably open up the spacing a bit more, where Cat can be a spacer and Hart could be put in the pick and roll as a roll man. So again, here's another play. Mikal's driving, and look at this paint compared to the first bench unit that I was showing you guys. There's just a lot more space here, where Mikal's basically going one-on-one. Mitchell still has to stay glued to Campaign because he's one pass away. And then one more time, a high pick and roll from Cat, and just everyone is still attached to their man here. So when we run this unit, everyone's kind of glued to the 3-point line, whereas in the first bench unit, everyone's kind of sagging into the paint. And then here's just a phenomenal play by Mikal. It's one of the last plays before Brunson gets hurt, and it's going to be important because I just want to hit on how good of a playmaker and shot creator Mikal has been for us. So watch this. He gets a mismatch with Garland on him here, does a little fade to the baseline, and then what a pass to OG here, who hits an open 3. But just having the vision to find him and make that pass, it just shows that we can put the ball in Mikal's hands. This is the next play right after Brunson gets injured. And this is also why I want to show the last play, because Mikal's our second best shot creator and ball handler. Look at the score here. This bucket puts us up 11. In the next 4 minutes until this play that I'm going to show right now, Mikal touches the ball twice and shoots it once. And that just can't happen in this stretch where we just give up the whole lead. Now it's only a 2-point lead, and Cavs have the ball. So Mikal needs to just have the ball in his hands more, especially in these non-Brunson minutes. And lastly, one of the things that the Cavs are doing was switching Allen onto Brunson. And this is usually the type of situations that Brunson feasts on. And he missed a lot of shots this game, which contributed to a loss. But one action that happens here is that Cat always dives to the basket when this happens, which I don't really understand when he's one of the best shooting bigs and we have one of the best driving guards. So you want to clean the space up. If he goes out to the 3-point line, then Hart and Mikal can also do a 2-man game in this corner, making some off-ball motion, and then Brunson should have a much cleaner paint to drive on. Instead, Cat dives to the paint, and then by doing so, it clogs the paint, where a lot of Cavs defenders are able to help from there. One more time, you're going to see this action with Cat at the top of the key, gives it to Brunson. Allen switches onto Brunson here. Right, and then Cat's going to dive again into the paint, but look at how much space there is on this left side. And that's the Brunson strong hand as well. He can very easily beat Jared Allen here, coming to his left hand, and then forcing Mitchell to either help off Mikal or let Mikal have an open 3. Obviously, Brunson usually hits these layups, but even then, the spacing is just a little strange. Here's a last option from the switch as well, and this is acceptable if Cat wants to repost here with this switch, but this just can't happen every time where Cat dives to the basket. But if it's a planned action, look, Cat just gets it with a small defender on him, and then this is fine to run, but this should be a planned run instead of every time Cat just dives into the paint. So that's a breakdown of Cavs vs Knicks. Again, very winnable game, but this is a very new team still, so as we gel more and more, these things should be cleaned up.